So we're just going to try recording today because I am at the gym now doing sound and sessions Thursdays at 1. I don't have my normal speaker, so we'll see how this goes today. And if it isn't good, then that means it's on for you guys. It's just hard to pick up the bowls when it's like this, but let's give it a try. So coming into nice, comfortable position. Maybe having one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Bringing just calmness with breath to the body. Just feeling into what's showing up for you right now. How are you feeling? What's going through the mind? Allowing the monkey mind just to flow through what's showing up for you today. We're feeling a lot of rain in Calgary, Alberta. Hearing the rain on the roof and outside. Just bringing the element of water today into session. The flow of the changing seasons approaching. And we're going to go through central channel breath. We're going to go a little bit different today. Feeling into all the energy centers that we have. Well, these are not all of them, but that's the main 7 that we'll work with today. As you're laying here, feeling into the body, feeling into the mind, just feeling into the pelvic floor, the base of your hips. And chakra 1 is feeling into the whole lower body, your legs, your feet. And the feet are what ground us into our path of life daily. Just feeling into reflection of where I've been stepping in to the world around me. How I've been showing up. And feeling into any of the physical ailments that might be showing up in your life, in your lower body, in your legs, in your knees, in your hips. Feeling into the organ systems of this area, which is all your sex organs and your excretions. What's been showing up for you in this area? And then going quickly up, just feeling into the sounds today. Slowly go up, just below the navel. Chakra 2, the creative womb space. Feeling into what's been showing up for you here. Just breathing into the belly, lower belly, below that belly button. Feeling into chakra 2. And allowing the body just to show up to the surface, giving it space to feel into what is coming up for you. Allowing the word of sounds and words to show up with the breath, releasing anything that might need to be released. And we will go up to the solar plexus, which is above our belly button, the main meat of that mid-abdominal section, the main detox organs. This is your power center, personal powers, desires, fire within yourself. I'm just feeling into how this is feeling for you lately. Maybe the inability to take deep breaths, even breathing into your back, which I was told today that I was having some difficulties with breathing into my back ribs. And just feeling into this, feeling into what is showing up. What are you holding onto? Maybe hold tension. And just feel into and allow the body to communicate with you on what might be showing up here for you. Solar plexus. And then we're going to the heart, so really feel into the heart as you're holding heart there. And taking a deep breath in and out, feeling into this heart chakra, heart center. How am I receiving and giving love for myself and for others? Usually the self is the biggest one that we like to work with. How am I giving and receiving for self? Just feeling into heart chakra. How I've been hearing and speaking, knowing we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. How I've been holding presence with communication. And just feeling into this whole area, maybe putting a hand on your throat, feeling into chakra 5, throat chakra. And just allowing whatever to come to the surface, to come to the surface. I invite you to look in between the eyes with your eyes open, feeling the activation of the chakra 6, third eye. Uses your inner vision, your intuition, what you can see without seeing. Tapping into this whole area and feeling into the physical structural areas of chakra 6, which is, the upper sinuses, the eyes. This is the first chakra from the physical body. We're going into the first sets of the spiritual chakras. So just feeling into that connection from the throat to the third eye. Feeling if you can really grasp a connection between the two. Feeling into the connections of spiritual and physical, of self. And really feeling into, if I can feel this, what's showing up for me? What's coming up? And we head up all the way to the crown, which is just above our heads. Our connection to higher self, God, divinity, divine, collective, whatever your belief is above and beyond your physical being. What do you look for guidance? Higher self, whatever it is, just feeling into that connection, into crown chakra, chakra 7. And, feeling into this whole physical realm too, the upper head, the skull, the brain. And just feeling into this, feeling into what is showing up for you right now, what has been reflected to you in the last couple days, last week, what's been slowly coming up in your realms, your physical realms, what's been anything that may come, and just allowing the mind and body just to really feel into what is showing up for you right now. And we'll just go into slowly transition to central channel breath. And what we're going to do is we're going to slowly feel into a channel that starts from the top of the head, down through the middle of the body, that goes right through the middle, all the way down through these chakra systems, down through the pelvic floor. And if you're laying down, you're going to go down through the legs to the feet. Just feeling into visualizing the channel. And just take note if there's any part of the channel that you're not really feeling. Maybe there's a disconnect of the visualization of this channel. And nothing is wrong here. Every time you show up, it's going to be different. So today, you're just going to take note, if you can, feel into and visualize the channel from the start of the crown to the feet. And if you can't, if there's areas you can't, just take note where those areas are. Feeling into the crown chakra, just 2 inches above, you're just going to feel into and visualize a beautiful white light. And don't worry if you can't feel the white light. Maybe it's a different color for you today, but we're going to focus on white light if you can, and if you can't, just go with it. See what comes up for you. And this love, this energy, this white light that's above us is filled with the loving presence. And this loving presence is the truest form of love that you may or may not have ever experienced. And just kind of grasp into what may that feel like to you. What do you think that feels like to have the true essence of love just that much out of your body, 2 inches above your head. Just feeling in, grasping into the energy of the white light and love. And what we're going to slowly do is, when you're ready with your inhale, we're going to slowly bring this breath in through the top of the central channel. And we're going to have the same sensation as slurping up a thick milkshake. So you're just going to start pulling, almost physically feeling the energy come through the body. You're going to slowly start to draw this love and light down to the bowl of the belly. And on your own, you're going to pull this down through and hold it at the belly for moments. Just having that reflection of what does this feel like, what is the energy and love doing at this area within me, before I exhale it out, down through the pelvic floor, down through the legs to the feet. Holding it at the feet again for a moment. This is the time where you're going to reflect on what the energy is doing, feeling into where I'm not being able to see it, or where am I seeing it even more, or feeling it. And then as you hold it there, you're going to inhale it back up through the legs, through the pelvic floor, back to the bowl of the belly. And again, holding it there for a moment before exhaling it out through the top of the body to that crown. And you're going to go back and forth, flossing this light back and forth. Feeling the light back and forth. Pulling it down through the belly, stopping at the areas of the deep belly, the feet, and the head. And these are just times where you are going to use your awareness and observations of self. Bring yourself back to that present moment. And if the monkey mind's going and the body has a lot of sensations, just in allowing, giving it space or we can actually add 4 anchor points. So the 4 anchor points, you don't, what I tell people is that you can have 1 or 2, or all 4, or none. Just really feel into yourself. This should be a time of being present and practicing this awareness of self. The first anchor point is chakra 1, and we're going to be doing just a slight pelvic contraction. Now, if you're a woman with, if you're familiar with Kegels, this is going to be a very slight contraction. Okay, so I call it closing your holes. And for men, it's kind of the same sensations, holding in the holes, and a lift, feeling the lift. And this is activations of the pelvic floor. Now, in exercise, we may do a pretty strong contraction, but in this exercise, we're just doing a 5% contraction. Just feeling the activation of the pelvic floor is all you need. Just that small sensation. And that is anchor point 1. And you can do this while breathing through, when you bring the breath through the pelvic floor, through the whole time, or when you remember. Just really playing with these areas of anchors and the breath is really how we start to really bring in this practice. How we really familiarize ourselves and allowing our nervous system to really feel into these practices without causing triggering of the nervous system. The second anchor point is the heart. So you're going to start feeling into almost feeling sensations of the muscles around the heart, holding the heart. So as you're bringing the breath through, we have this sensation. So if you're laying there in a relaxed state, you should have an activation of your chest muscles, almost like doing a push-up, and your back muscles with your shoulder blades coming together. So you have this actual physical feeling of holding the heart. And this can be while the breath is coming through the heart chakra 4, heart chakra, or you can do this through the whole time. And these are just practices. Remember, this is just a play. Nothing is wrong here. You can stay here the whole time, just laying here, doing nothing. And holding this is activating the heart chakra with breath. And we're going to go up to the throat, chakra 5, throat chakra. And what we're going to do is we're going to put our tongue to the roof of our mouth. And we're going to restrict our throat. So when you're breathing in and out, you should hear the breath coming in. This is activation of the throat chakra. Almost sounding like Darth Vader or whatever that feels to you. Activating the throat chakra. And the last anchor point, anchor 4, is the eyes. So what we're going to do is as you are breathing, you're going to follow the eyes with the breath. So as you pull down through the back of the eyes, down, going in towards the body, down towards your feet, you're going to roll your eyes down, just watching the light come back and forth through the body. So rolling them down all the way to the feet. And as you slowly come up and stop at those important parts of the feet and the belly, as you roll the back of the eyes and roll up to crown chakra, your eyes are going to roll up. And now the trick with the eyes through the whole treatment is that you should feel that tension in the back of the eyes, the activation of chakras 6. So just feeling into the activation of chakra 6. So I'm going to give you a couple moments just to play back and forth with the breath and anchor points, or just fully relaxing as we bring in to the emotional regulation and feeling collectively what is the emotion that we're going to be, the interference that we're clearing today. emotion of devotion. Feeling into chakra 3 or solar plexus. So as you're breathing, just really take note of that area just above the navel in the upper abdominal cavity, feeling into our personal power, what's been showing up for you lately, for your personal power, your inner desires, and the emotion of devotion. Now as we sit there and reflect, I'm going to read to you devotion. You're just going to be aware and observant of what activates in the body. What is activating in the body for you? When we feel into chakra 3 and the emotion of devotion. And this could be any activation, any memories from before, in your past, things you're going through right now, or examples of what devotion was for you from other people. Perhaps an individual has been devoted, sincerely devoted to something, and found that they were disappointed or disillusioned at some point. Now, while this might be in the divine design of things, it was stored as a memory in a hurtful, disappointed kind of way, stressful. It also is possible that devotion may have created interference for the individual because they were sincerely devoted to something that actually wasn't serving their highest good. They may have been very devoted to an abusive parent or dismissing parent or a friend. And while they're continuing to be devoted, they may have been continuing to be hurt because they were moving further and further out of their true alignment. So being devoted to which serves your highest good is how we redirect our energy now and going forward. Feeling into the body, feeling into any part of the activation. Now this could be inside or outside the body. Just feeling into what are you feeling in sensation when we're feeling into activation of devotion. Feeling into how am I holding on? What are the interferences in the body that I'm holding on to? And what we're going to do is we're going to slowly start to feel an energetic circuit, a connection between the solar plexus and the interference of devotion. We're rewiring the nervous system. We're rewiring it, reconnecting. Feeling into that reconnection, whatever it is. If you do not feel any activation, if you are finding it hard, just use your heart. Okay, so just really reconnect the solar plexus with the heart as you're feeling into the emotion of devotion. And if there is no examples coming up for you, just feel into what does devotion really mean to you? Like, does it feel like something that you really can surrender into? Coming back and staying with, if you're still doing central channel breath, great. If not, just keeping coming back. Your eyes are closed, looking directly up to the right, and what you're going to do is when you're holding your eyes, you're really going to feel into that tension, the holding of the tension of those eyes. Feeling into the frequencies of 7, just the word, just the number, just holding on to the frequency of 7. Really try not to drift too far from the focus point of solar plexus and devotion. Eyes are closed, looking up to the right. Good. We're just gonna, with your next exhale out, you're just gonna hold your breath out for as long as you can. Take another breath when you need to. And when you take another breath, just trying to go back into the central channel breath and then exhaling out, hold out for as long as you can. Devotion. Known or unknown, subconscious, conscious, I am clear of the interference of devotion. I give myself permission to let go of any interferences I've been holding on to that's no longer serving me. Devotion. I am safe to let go of interferences of devotion. I am safe. I am wanted. I am perfect. I am enough. Devotion, frequency of 7. Relax. Okay. Now relaxing your breath and your eyes, just coming in for a moment of stillness. Then when you're ready, lifting up your head, looking at your toes, bringing your head back down. Taking a deep full body breath in, holding at the top for just a moment, and when you're ready, fully exhaling out. Just coming into stillness as we integrate with more sound, and then we'll finish off with breathing and drum. to bring ourselves back with rhythmic breathing. And if you're not familiar with rhythmic breathing, it's counts of 4. And we're going to breathe in for 4. Hold our breath for 4. Hold our breath for 4. Exhale for 4. And then hold out for 4. So it's 4 cycles. In, hold, out, hold. And 4 counts are recommended if you can. If you can't, you can do 3 counts, or if you want to challenge your nervous system a little bit more and you feel like you can do more, you can increase your count. Just making sure it's equal for 4 for the square. Bringing yourself to silence just for a moment, taking some time, and slowly coming out, you just rolling to your side and going into recovery. And if you still feel a little ungrounded afterwards, just making sure you're walking back and forth and just swinging your arms, opposing your legs, so just making sure they're opposite. Just to ground yourself a little bit more and integrate the session. Thank you for joining me today, and I wanted to practice to make sure I can do this within an hour, and I was able to, so thanks for joining me. I'll post this video up on my YouTube so you guys can have it. Hopefully the sound sounds okay, and yeah, I will be posting more of the YouTube coming up here, depending on my boys' schedule. And if I'm live in Calgary, I'll be at NeuroFit Calgary during the week and the days doing this and training and rehabilitation. But reach out if you have any questions. Thank you for joining me. Talk to you soon.